Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to bounce around the Gigaverse. I'm going to be doing Instacart, I'm going to do a Cornershop, we're going to do some Ubers. Going to be going all over the place this time. So let's see how we're going to handle this today's episode. Let's see if we're able to make that money. And let's enter the Gigaverse. And we're off into the HEB. It's HEB Plus, big store. A lot of walking you're going to get in. That's the one thing about Instacart. If you want to lose weight, which I need to do, you'll take these. It's your own personal gym membership in essence. I easily get my my steps in for the day doing this. I'm with the list sort order at my store. It put salad in household, right? I did produce, and now that I've left the produce area, of course, now I spot this. So this is the problem with my store shopping list, that you don't see aisle numbers or anything. So I know the store, so I know how to get where I need to go, but it's pretty bad. Making our way around the store. This gives you an idea of how big this store is. Here I am on this side. You can see that THA pharmacy sign. That's how far across the other side. And then I'll turn and we'll go the other way. You'll see how far it goes back. So you probably get about a good mile or more in when you're walking this store. Nice one. Del Monte cherry mixed fruit cup. Canned goods is where it's located, right? So you would think, okay, look on the shelf here, but no, I know my store, so it's not going to be here. This is actually a refrigerated item that's back in produce. So we'll head back there later. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs, yeah, childhood favorite. Anybody else still like this in the chat? And it's original. Of course, you can see there's meatballs. There's the original is down right there, right? And as you can see, there isn't any on the shelf. Right? So we'll see what the customer says. It wants the bigger can. I will message them before doing that, because I'm not going to assume they want the bigger can. If they don't respond, I would probably get 2 of the bigger cans instead of. So they have the bigger cans. Like that. So this is one of the things that happens when you're doing this, right? You got to consider when you're doing Instacart. A lot of communication with the customer. Say how I'm organizing my cart. So since this is a 3 order, there's one that has only 1 item, and so I'll end up putting that up top here. You see the basket up here. Right now I'm putting the 3rd order up there, and also at the end of the cart, which has a small number of items. And the one that has 30 plus items, I'm putting down at the bottom of the basket. So that's how I'll organize it to keep everything separated. Let's continue on. Shopper knows the next thing that I'm about to pick up, which is the bane of our existence, right? These drive all of us crazy. Right? The dreaded, infamous water. Cases of water, and especially when it's going to go to an apartment. Those are the things that will drive you crazy. If you want a nice weightlifting session, they're pretty good. Luckily, this particular order has a 24 count, so I like that. And I believe this one's going to a house. I always take the waters and put them underneath the cart. All right, there you go. Dreaded water out of the way. Let's go. We're down to 10 items in the list. So we've done 35 in 35 minutes. Keeping with a 1 a minute kind of track. Let's see if we can gain the rest. So we're looking for a 12 count of eggs. Here we go, large. Always check your eggs. Nothing cracked, they look good to me. All right. Drop them there, that would be the good way. Keep them up top. All right, let's get the few dairy items we have left. Creamers. Creamers will all be over here. So we've got a caramel macchiato. Bottom of the basket. Okay. We've got a French vanilla, which they probably don't have the bigger one. No, it would have been right there. They don't have it. So we're gonna pick can't find, and we're gonna take the smaller one because it is the same brand, same everything, just a little bit smaller. So I will take that. Customer can see that I replaced it and it was a recommended item choice, so I will let that one stand. If they didn't have the same brand, I would not have. I would ask them a question and put it back. We're on a good run right here where everything's together. So all right, we just gained, right, that quick rundown. We just did 40 items in 36 minutes. So let's, of course, the other ones are all the way at the opposite end of the store. So that's where I'm heading right now. We'll see what we can do to finish up. Next item on the list, which is a Pantene Clean, right? And here you go. You see your boy getting down to the ground and looking. That's it right there. Pantene Shampoo Clean. They do not have it, and so I will notify them I can't get it. We'll take the photo and we'll submit it. So I'll probably end up refunding that one, but you see how down I'll get to the ground to find my customers' products. Gods give it and the Instacart gods take it away. I gained those 4 minutes and then spent almost 3 to 4 minutes searching for that Pantene shampoo. I asked a worker if they had any in stock, and of course not. So now an interesting one, just to give you an idea of what people have us shopping for. I am now looking for a home pregnancy test, and it's the only thing this person ordered, so hopefully they have it. Might have to ask the pharmacy tech, so I'll get right back. They have it, the pregnancy test. There you go, right there. All right. Let's scan it and make sure. Yes, it is. Yes, we do. All right, so we're gonna make that customer happy. Got 3 items left. Let's get it done. All right, so this is the fruit cups I was talking about. See how we're back in the produce aisle, and the fruit cups are hidden up on the top shelf there. So know your store. That's the only way you're gonna know that that was there. There's an HEB app where you can actually look up items, and it'll give you a good place where they're on the shelf for the most part, but that slows you down having to type in and search those all up. If you knew your store, you'd know where to go right to and get them. So customers now asking about balloons. Let me check in with what they want. Now we're in the balloon inferno. Hades, if you want to call it. So at the last second, the customer's texting asking me for a happy birthday balloon bouquet, okay, which none of those are pre-made. You have to pre-order them when you come over to the side, and you'll see there's a line of a customer already over there asking. So this could be a 15 to 20 minute adventure. I'm going to try and coax the customer into getting some other kind of balloons. You see these happy birthday balloons that are right there. I'll see if I can get her to bite on those. If not, I will tell her I can't get them and move on, because there's no way we should be having to sit and wait for 20 minutes, especially they asked for it literally as I was going to check out. So we'll see how it goes. Check out Hades. You got somebody who literally came to the checkout line to return something right in front of me, and we're now 10 minutes in waiting for that to process. So these are the kind of things you got to keep in mind when you're doing an Instacart order. All right, so this is a $35 payout, so not bad, but I'm almost an hour in. So now I still got to go deliver all 3 of these, right? They're close to the store, but that'll probably take me another half an hour, if not longer, right? I got to get these. I'm not even out of the checkout yet, so probably be an hour and 20 before I'm done with the store and the checkout. And so this will probably be closer to a 2-hour order, right? At $35, I didn't make the even 20 an hour that I was hoping to make, right? So those are things you got to consider on bigger orders for Instacart. So let's see if we can get out of checkout soon. Getting off to the car now to load all this stuff up. The boys got the balloons. The balloons hit me in the head. So yeah, I waited the extra 8 or 9 minutes. Hopefully that'll get me a bump in the tip, but we'll see. I'm suspecting the majority of the tip is coming from the first customer in this order, who had 34 items, and the second customer, which is a new customer, I'm pretty much guessing they'll probably do a no tip, or all it was a pregnancy test. So it'll end up being, even if it's a $2, I'm fine with that. Although it's a little bit of effort, right? Extra drop off for that. If it was on its own, I wouldn't have taken it, and Instacart knows that, and that's why they bundled it. Third order was the one that required the most effort, even though it only had 12 items. One was a bouquet of flowers, so you had to deal with the floral department, and one was this bouquet of balloons, so you had to deal with the balloon department. So there's wait times on both of those. So that customer's order, and customer was requesting items literally as we were complete. I say literally a lot, something I'm stuck with, but yeah, they requested it right when we were leaving. And I'm a nice guy, so I try to make my customers happy, so I went ahead and did it. But hopefully they'll raise the tip, but tend to find Instacart shoppers. Would you have taken this order? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just I probably wouldn't have taken this on a normal day, and kind of took it because I was going to make this video and wanted to show people what it is to shop a triple, right? What it is to shop a triple batch. And like I said, the payout is $35 for 45 something items. I'll show the breakdown when the video is over. But would any of the rest of you taken this? For all you new shoppers out there, comment and like below. Anybody watching, comment and let me know. Would you have taken this kind of an order? I would highly recommend that you do not. If you're a new shopper, this would take you quite some time, especially if you don't know your store. These are very dangerous ones to take. You can mix items up if you're not organized. You could get one customer's order mixed in with the other, and you got to factor in that the time it takes to keep those, that number of items, a separate organization, the bagging, the 3 separate deliveries, the loading of the car, all of that kind of stuff comes into play. So you want to try and work smarter, not harder. Now this is some work. I probably drop a good couple pounds of water weight doing this order. The one other trick is that when I took it and looked at the delivery addresses, I did not see an apartment. The minute now I'm going to deliver, the first customer I'm dropping to is an apartment, and wouldn't you know it, that is the one that has the water. That is actually the one that has the most number of items. But I feel like I've delivered to this person before, and they are a good tipper, so I don't mind. They're actually paying for my service. The other two, I think, are probably just riding along for this person who is doing the tip. The second customer is a new customer, and they only ordered 1 item, so it's more of a nuisance that it was bundled together with this one, because it's the drive and delivery time for that one that is really what eats into it. The shop, I was already in the store, so just grabbing that 1 item was nothing, but it's going to be the drive and delivery time to that particular address, and having to make an extra stop and go and bring it up there. So for what is probably going to amount to maybe a $2 tip on that one, if not, it most likely will be nothing. A lot of new customers that I see on board on the platform rarely ever tip. And so what I do tend to notice is a lot of the apartments, thing I do notice here is that there are a lot of less tipping. And on this kind of platform, you're going to shop for somebody. So it's a luxury service. If you think about back in the 80s and 90s, the movies, they would have a personal shopper in some of those movies. And these were the millionaires who had their personal shopper. We're going, and that's what we are, right? We're personal shoppers. We are out there going through the store. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. You can get somebody off the street. But with with customers who are ordering more advanced orders with more items spread all over the store, specialty items. A lot of newer shoppers who haven't really shopped before. This may be their first exposure to going to a store and shopping for groceries. They wouldn't even know where to find half the items, and they'll just end up marking them as not available and refunding. So I hear that from many customers I see, and if you look at the Reddit boards, you'll see that kind of discussion where a lot of customers leave the platform because they're not getting good service. They ask for 10 items, and out of that 10 items, they get 3. And it's just because the newer shoppers have a harder time finding the items, right? So it's easier for them just to mark that it's not available and refund it to the customer. Put down what do you think in the comments. Would you have waited for the balloons? I literally sat there and waited the extra 10 minutes for the balloons. Is that something you guys would have done? I like to put in what what one of my favorite comic book characters, Deadpool, likes to say.
Maximum effort.
My kids call it, I'm a try-hard, when I'm out there looking. But you saw, I will get down on the ground and look under the shelves, look in the back, and try and get the item. I'll ask store employees if I can't locate it, or if I see something's not in stock on the shelf, can they please go check for it? Those are the kind of things you do. I mean, it's a premium service, so I feel like I should be doing that. But when you got a lot of customers, or I think one of the bigger problems with Instacart is the 5% default tip they leave, right? Most customers, if they defaulted it to 10 or 15, like most of the food delivery platforms, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, even Uber's shopping platform, Cornershop, they default to a 15% tip for customers. And I shop at Costco for those orders, and I have probably a 95% conversion ratio on tips. So I don't know Instacart's logic for leaving at 5%. Most customers just click through and leave that if they're going to leave the tip. And I think they may feel like there'll be a sticker shock if they bump it up. But, you go to a restaurant and they're defaulting to that, and you could have $100. Most of my Instacart shops are under $100, right? At least the receipt that I'm shown. So I'd be curious to see what the customer, maybe that's not the case. Maybe the customer's shown, I've heard it's as high as a 30% markup. So maybe that's what drives them to do it. Instacart knows if they put the 5% tip, the customer's going to question, well, what am I paying the 30% markup on then? Aren't you paying your employees? And, again, the argument is we take the orders that we want to take, right? But I feel like the platform does prey on newer shopper and desperate people who will take, shorten this too, because it's a second-story apartment. So let's see. Think I can make it in 2 trips? I think I can. I'll try and organize. Of course, there's a case of water, so that's what's going to end up going in my second trip by itself. Right? I've seen some people who are using those stair carts. I've seen them on Amazon. It's where you can put stuff on the cart, and it's got the wheels that will actually roll up the stairs. I haven't made an investment in one of those yet, but I might if I had a lot more of these. There you go, one arm in. There goes the phone on the ground. Let's get that in the pocket. Alright, so you guys get to see my clumsiness. Okay, this is one of those apartments where they put them on the opposite side. Alright, we got it. The stairs are super wobbly. There you go. Okay, we'll head back for the water. On out to the final delivery. This is the third customer, the one who asked for the balloon bouquet at the end of the shop. It's only been probably about 15 minutes since I left the store, and the customer's already asking, where's my stuff? Right, this is the one who had me wait an extra 15 minutes to get their balloons, so they knew it would cause a delay, and yet here we are, where's my order? They can see that I've left the store, right? That's one thing about Instacart. When you mark that you've left the store, now again, I had 3 orders, she's the last one, so shame on Instacart for bundling her, but that's what leads me to believe this is a no-tip, right? They typically aren't bundling high-paying orders together. So we're gonna see the payout at the end. I'm usually right about this. This job also helps to make you lose your faith in humanity in certain ways, and that, you immediately make an assumption that, okay, somebody who's living in apartments are probably tipping less, when that usually isn't the fact, at least in my experience. I've done well over 2,000 shops, and it tends to be more the people who are in the fancier houses that are tipping less. I guess you could say that's how they keep all that money. They don't pay for the service, and they are the most demanding, right? So it's the same logic we use for food delivery. You know, I do Uber and all those, and I'll be making videos on those. I do DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub and all the other gigs that are out there. And it's the same thing, no tip, no trip, right? With the Instacart order, up front, you can't tell who's tipping when they bundle them. So they'll tend to try and take somebody who's a high tipping order and bundle it together with 2 no or low tip orders. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping they might throw down a cash tip at the door, considering I did make it clear I'm waiting for the balloons, and you know, I'll do what I can. And this is for a birthday, right? It's obviously for somebody's birthday. They had me get a bundle of flowers, bouquet of flowers, and a bundle of happy birthday balloons. So it's going to be a special occasion for somebody, and you would hope that they would take care of the person who's helping to make that a special occasion, but we'll see. Put down in the comments what you think, what you guys think. What's your normal experience with these kind of orders? I can say with all the orders I've done, if it's a no tip, they're not adding it at the end. I don't care what anybody says. I know there's a lot of gig tubers out there that will tell you take the chance. You know, if you give good service, the customer's going to add. Like I said, I've done over 2,000 shops, and in those, I could probably name 2 where they've given me a cash tip at the door, and I really didn't mind because it was to a senior area, and I felt like I was helping somebody. You know, they were in wheelchairs, they were older folks. If they could tell us that up front on Instacart, I'd be willing to donate some of my time to do those, right? But it's a business I'm running now, right? I'm driving my car, I'm using my gas, my miles, my time. If I could take a tax write-off on orders where they're to people who are in need, right? Somewhere along those lines, I may be willing to do those. That's something Instacart should maybe consider, right? Get something for lower income or low need, people who don't have cars, people who don't have a ways, you know, are infirm. They can't get out and go shopping for themselves. I don't mind those, but I do mind when, you know, Instacart buries orders that have no tips in with all of these. And so, like I said, I can name twice where I've gotten cash tips at the door. None of the other times. If I've ever taken a no tip, or it's been somewhere where it's bundled in as a no tip, they did not go back in after the fact and increase, right? That's the only time I end up getting no tips on Instacart now. I don't knowingly take a no tip order. It's got to be a decent sized order for me to take it, and I try to stay away from triples, but it's becoming increasingly harder with Instacart. Right nowadays, if you want I could say 6 months ago, I could be taking, I would see a lot of $50, $40, $50, $60 batches that were singles, right? But that was when the base pay was a lot higher. You're going to see that at the end. We'll show you what the base pay is. I wouldn't be surprised if it's maybe $8 or $9, and that's for 3 different customers. So Instacart's charging the markup for those 3 customers, and the delivery fee most likely for those 3 customers, and a service fee, right? That's what all of these gig apps do. They'll tell you, it's free delivery, and then you, well, wait, what's this extra $8 service fee? Isn't that part of the delivery? And then they're double dipping with the restaurants because they take a percentage cut out of all the restaurants, bottom line. So they're really making out, but supposedly they're all losing money. Enough of my rambling on for a little bit. Heading over for this final delivery. Next time we chat, I'll be showing you the payout. All right, waiting on the customer to deliver. There's the balloons. Happy birthday. Okay, of course they were communicating the whole time, and now I'm not answering. Hi, how you doing?
Hi. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I just got soda to get. Okay. So just snagged a little $11 Uber Eats action on Popeyes. Look, God, how's that jingle go? Love that chicken at Popeyes. Chicken sandwich there, amazing. And the chicken itself, spicy, so good. I love Popeyes. Got to get my red beans and rice on it there. So this is not a bad order. $10.94 for 5 miles, and it's about half and half. I'm 2.5 miles from the store. I've been to this Popeyes, like it. They are usually pretty efficient. Hopefully they are when we do this one. So let's see how it goes. Do this Uber Eats right now, and they're trying to stack on one, and how be you? The low tipper stacking right in there. It's a $1.88 add-on for 3.6 miles. I bet that guy's not tipping. What do you think, guys? No way. Trash. Let it go. Yeah. Now hiring. Everywhere's hiring. I'm sure everything in your market's hiring. Right in, right out. Food was right ready. Into the hot bag we go. Got my Uber Eats hot bag there. Let's keep it warm. It says we're about 8 miles from the customer. So nice, quick, and easy $11 smack. Let's go. Get that up and out of here. It's out of the bag. Oh, I can feel it's hot. Another satisfied customer. Finished up that Uber order from the Popeyes, and the payout on it, these gig apps seem to just, I can never understand how they pay, but the base pay on that order was, I took the order, it was $11. I just assumed, Uber was throwing their normal two, even with the surge. Say, okay, maybe they're paying $4 or $5, but the base pay on that $11 order was $7.44. I don't understand how they're paying so much, So the customer ended up maybe tipping $3 on this one. I'll see when the final is. We'll see if they're hiding, if they hidden tip. They do sometimes hide a portion of the tip on Uber, but it's never been significant for me unless it's something above an $8 tip. Then I'm used to seeing some big ones, and on stacked orders a lot. But on a single order, going 2 miles from the store, it is dinner time, so it is surge pay, all that's going on, but still, it's just, I don't get how they are paying so much unless they pass this order around. The customer picked it as priority, and they passed it around so many times that there's so many other opportunities for drivers out here right now, they just didn't take it. So, but it worked out for me. Grabbed a Cornershop, so you're really seeing me juggle here. I am definitely in the Gigaverse, and so I started off the day with an Instacart, moved on to a single Uber, and now jumping over to a Cornershop. And the Cornershops, they're not in every market, and if they were, you guys, I think anybody would be doing them for now, because right now they're trying to gain market share. So they're paying more than any of these other gig apps for shopping, at least at a bare minimum of shopping. So this one was 5 items, $30 payout, 4 miles from the store, and that's without the tip. That's the one thing about Cornershop, you don't see the tip up front, but like I said, my conversion rate for customers has been 15-18%, especially at a Costco. So I'm going to a Costco. I know in a lot of people's markets, people, new, especially newer shoppers, people who've never gone there can get intimidated because it's a pretty big size club store. There's obviously no numbers on the aisles. There's not a lot of rhyme or reason to organization. Once you've done the store a couple times, you can get it down. Mine here in my market, it's a pretty new one. It's only been open the last 5 months. Heading over there, 5 items, $30. That's gonna be my best pad of the day so far. You saw for that same amount that I did on Instacart was 3 orders, 3 different people, 40 plus items. So kind of gives you an idea. Now the Cornershop will probably get that way if they gain enough market share. But until then, I'll stay on the gravy train. So let's head on over there. Heading into Costco with a super easy Cornershop. That's what happens when you do so many of these. They cross paths. So it's just a chocolate cake, a vanilla cake, and some grapes and some smoothie. Pretty simple. All right, that Costco was pretty quick. In and out in under 10 minutes. And of course, I can't go into Costco without getting stuff for myself. One good thing about Cornershop is they give you the bags to bag the stuff, which customers really like. I mean, I've gotten higher tips when I initially started. Sometimes it was like, oh, all these Costco items fit in a box easier, which a lot of the items do. But the things that fit in bags, you see, just some fruits and veg, simple stuff. You put them in the bags, customers get them. A lot of times, do I get to keep these? Yeah. Wow. So I honestly feel like I've gotten better tips. I love the basket rolling away. So finished bagging this up. Cornershop order delivered, and then heading back down to major shopping area in my market, which has a ton of restaurants. And I mean, if I have DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats turned on over here, I'm sure to get an order. Still lots of trash, but just picked up a $15 Uber Eats for 4 miles at Red Robin, so I know where to pick it up. And not a bad way to possibly end the day in the video. Your boy's getting a little tired out here. Energy's starting to drain with all that Costco and HEB running around. I've checked my my Apple Watch, and I've done 3 miles of walking so far. So at least I'm getting some moves in. Let's head over to this Red Robin. There you go, beautiful. Let's get this Red Robin up in here. The Red Robin order, heading to drop it off, and it's a sign. It's literally probably a block and a half, 2 blocks from my house. So it means I think someone's telling me, the Uber Eats gods are telling me to call it a night, even though they're constantly wanting to send me orders. But I'm heading back towards the Bat Cave, so I think I'm just going to call it a night. We're looking at about 95, and that's before the Cornershop tip. So even if I don't get anything, it'll be 95. But like I said, usually on Cornershop they throw in a 15% tip. Almost all customers I've had have done that. I saw this customer when I delivered, spoke with them for a few minutes, and I got all their items. So hopefully we'll see that, and if they do, then it'll be about $100 for 4 hours, so $25 an hour. Again, if I hadn't taken that initial Instacart order, that's really what ate 2 hours of my time, right? That was the 15. Oh, there's a Grubhub. Forgot to shut that down, but we'll call this video a wrap. Make this drop off and call it a day. Hope you all are having a good day in your markets and are earning that cheddar. See you in the next video.